While I enjoy Sagrada as a light family weight game, I found the first expansion to be fairly disappointing. The addition of new window and private objective cards were nice, but adding a 5th or 6th player really bogged the pace of the game down and took away some of the humor and strategy that standard play provides. It's almost like the expansion was missing a little passion. Sagrada Passion is the first of 3 mini expansions that are being released for the game. Let's see if this one fares any better, or if, like the first expansion, less is more. Sagrada Passion includes 4 modules which can be used individually or mixed together. Let's take a look at what each one does. Inspiration cards. Each player starts the game with one of 6 special powers that modifies how they play, with abilities that reduce the cost of tool cards or allow you to swap dice with the round tracker. Rare glass dice boards and private objectives. When using the rare glass dice, one of the 3 tools is replaced by one of the 6 glass die boards. Once per game, each player may collect 1 glass die, acting as a wild for the sake of color restrictions and public objective cards. While this can help you score points on its own, 6 private objective cards can be used that allow players to score points specifically based on the placement of your glass die. Symmetry public objectives. These 7 public objectives are mixed into the deck, each with effects that require players to place dice that are reflected across your board, creating patterns and shapes that can be fairly difficult to complete successfully. All the components look great and feel consistent with the original contents in the game. The rare glass dice stand out as particularly lovely to play with, melding well with Sagrada's already gorgeous aesthetic. Passion gives players a taste of some new ways to play Sagrada, giving everyone something exciting to mix and match into their games. For me personally, the only dud of this collection are the inspiration cards. I've never been a huge fan of tacked-on player powers, and because there are only 6 of these in the box, you very quickly see all of them in play. I really enjoy the symmetry public objectives. I think that they're a really challenging addition and are best to be used with more advanced players. I've seen some people online complain about how certain player boards make it particularly difficult to complete some of them, but most players won't be able to complete them more than a handful of times per game anyway, even with those restrictions in place. Now, obviously, the rare dice are meant to be the focal point of this expansion, and I think this exceeds expectations in that regard. These are super cool. They're fun to play with. I think that the tools that introduce them into the game are something I will always want to add into my games of Sagrada. And I think it's just, they're a really neat way to play the game. The private objectives are a nice addition as well, but because they score a lot lower than most of the other private objectives, you either use these exclusively in a game that you play, or you use the other private objectives. So personally, I like having the rare die tools and the symmetry cards in all of my games, while occasionally throwing in these private objectives every now and here. However you end up using these modules, I'd say that Sagrada Passion is an easy purchase for any fan of the base game. It's simple to integrate, it's as beautiful as the base game, and it provides a ton of options to customize your Sagrada experience. Thanks so much for checking out the Cardboard Herald, and we'll see you next time.
If you enjoyed this video, we have all kinds of other reviews, interviews, and recommendations via writing, podcasts, and video here on our channel and website cardboardherald.com. Our content is audience supported, so if you want to show your support, please visit our Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Cardboard Herald.